Just shoot for the stars if it feels right. Name for my heart. Feel like what, Eduardo? No, this is MMA. We can't do soft. Gotta be hard. Can't you see I'm easily bothered by persistence? Is that better? All right. Okay, we're back, man. Anyway, this is for the October 8th fight between Frankie Edgar and Gray Maynard. And this is the trilogy, the third fight of the stuff. You know, anytime there's a third fight, they trilogy it up and all that good stuff. And what I'm going to do is break down both fighters, and then I will give my predictions at the end. I don't know if this is so much of a breakdown, because I mean, they're wrestlers with some stuff. You know, it's not like a big there. When you look at Frankie Edgar, he's 13-1-1, and both the blemishes on his record have come from Maynard. I mean, he had the loss in 2008, and then earlier this year, they had the draw. So you're looking at his record, and he's beaten good fighters with BJ Penn and Sean Shirk, and Penn he beat twice, and we know Penn, when he's motivated and stuff, he's a very, very good fighter. But when you look deeper into that, you notice that he's only got 2 knockouts in his 15 fights, and that tells you right there there's no power there. His striking ability is not that good. And you look at, he's only got three submissions, even though he claims to have the jiu-jitsu and all that stuff background, out of 15 fights, and that tells you right there he's not that good at subbing people either. But he's really good at wrestling. He's really good at controlling fights and stuff like that, and that's how he gets his wins, usually going the distance. So we're not worried about cardio, we're not worried about his stamina or anything like that, because we know he's got that, and he's got that in spades. He is more rounded than Maynard, but, you know, like I said, you know, you got to worry about that. And he's 29 years old, so he's in his prime. This is it for him. Going over to Gray Maynard, who is also, he's 32 years old, so he's kind of getting up to that age now where you're not quite sure if he's going to have it. I mean, he's got good wins over Nick Diaz and guys like, Frankie Edgar, obviously, you know, with the win over there, but that was 3.5 years ago. And then you have Kenny Florian, who is fading a bit. Now, with the Nick Diaz, I mean, he has lost 5 of his last 9 fights, so that kind of puts those wins, you know, a little bit on shaky ground there, the last 2 wins. He hasn't had a loss yet. He has the draw and the no contest. So really only the blemish on there is that draw with him. He's only got 2 knockouts as well. And when you're talking about 12 fights, 2 knockouts, you know, there's no power there either. And he has no submissions. So looking into that, I mean, you're like, wow, he really is just a boxer wrestler, dude, who's good. I mean, I hate to put it that way, but there's nothing there that freakishly jumps out at you, and you're like, oh, wow, this guy is going to be absolutely awesome. He's 32 years old, and he's only got the, you know, looking at the 12 fights there. So it's worrying that he doesn't have more submissions. It's worrying that he doesn't have more knockouts, because, you know, as you get older, you know, the power is the last thing to go. But if you don't have that, then you better be working on something, right? You would like to see him getting some submissions in there. He's good at controlling what he does, but at the same time, you know, there's something there missing. Now, in this matchup, we know it's going to be a great matchup. And what do we know about this? Usually when you start looking at trilogies, the winner, or the more improved fighter in Fight 2, usually comes out and winds up winning Fight 3. You can look at it, and I'm coming from a boxing standpoint here, so please, you know, before you slam me or anything else, you know, you have Ali with the Ken Norton and the Frazier. You have Gotti over Ward. You have Pacquiao over Morales. You know, you have Leonard over Durant. So a lot of those, whenever you see the fighter that usually does better in the second fight, wins that third fight. And overall, when I start looking at that, that's what I'm basing. History has shown that the more improved fighter out of these 2 guys is Frankie Edgar. He is also the younger fighter in that, and, you know, let's face it, time is not kind to any of us. Maybe Eduardo, he's like ageless. But so when we're looking at this, I'm going to go with a split decision. Yeah, see, he's just moving up a little bit. Went from the loss to the draw to the split decision, and that's what I'm going with Frankie Edgar. So please feel free to comment, rate, subscribe, be my friend, be Eduardo's friend, and we'll go from there. Yeah, we'll see if I can get a couple of these predictions right in a row, because anything can happen in MMA, and it's rough on predictors, man. It's rough. All right, wait, this is Bigragu. I'm out.